Good morning, everybody. 11:15 in the morning here in the second hour of Tracks Momentum. My name is Anil on the mic, and I'm welcoming you to our special interview feature of the day. Yes, it is in a segment called Face to Face. And today we're going to talk about a rather important subject because, you know something, every year, thousands and thousands of graduate from top universities and colleges in our country with aspirations to get into the job market and the labor force and to pursue their dreams of having a career that they could build a life with for them to achieve their ambitions. And sometimes you have to rely on some organizations that specialize in matching these graduates with the right jobs. And as is the case today, face to face with me, I have in the studios the head of the Employment Services Department of PERKESO. Her name is Ms. Gayatri Vadivel. Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, Anil.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Looking great today. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation.
Thank you for having us.
Pleasure's ours. So perhaps you can start off by telling us more about yourself and what is it that you do as the head of Employment Services in PERKESO.
Sure, Anil, and a good morning to all TRAXXfm listeners. Just bear with me. I'm going to be sharing with you a little bit about what we do. Can be a little bit overwhelming.
Sure.
So I come from the Employment Insurance Office, in which predominantly we look into the activation of labor market, the supply and demand. It also includes providing employment services, looking at the labor market information, and a bit of providing benefits for those who have been retrenched. So under employment services, among the things that we have and we provide one is the My Future Jobs portal itself, which organically provides vacancies, employment opportunities for all walks of job seekers, from school leavers, professionals, graduates, and so on. And in that, it's not just a mere portal. It's AI driven. It's got, it's based on skills and competencies, but more importantly, we have humane services that actually evolved around the portal, meaning that we have recruitment officers, which helps out employers to see, if we can increase the supply that they need, or if there are specific skill sets that they're looking for. So we also provide, on top of the portal, humane services as well. Not just for the employers, Anil, and TRAXXfm listeners, we also provide these services to job seekers, because there are specific categories of job seekers who may need certain intervention. Maybe they've not done their resume for a long time, or perhaps they're confused in what I can do. So we have tools in the portal itself, but we also provide this additional human services as well. On top of that, we also have specific interventions for vulnerable groups, for instance, ex-convicts, the indigenous community, persons with disability. So we have caseworkers which, take the time to understand what, their strengths are, and what are the jobs that we can match them with the available jobs that we have. And even sometimes going down to meet the employees, especially share what, the specific limitations and abilities are, so that we can actually match them. That it also includes at times having to go down to see if the workplace has good accessibility, because someone may be with the wheelchair and may not be able to be accessed. So these are the things in terms of consultation that we provide. We also look into helping the informal sector workers as well, transitioning to formal employment, because they may want to go into something that's more sustainable in the future. So we do have those avenues as well, which I'll be sharing a little bit more about how do we assist these individuals under the informal sector. We also have initiatives for job creation, stimulus packages or specific incentives to encourage companies to provide opportunities for specific target groups like the ex-convicts and senior citizens and with disabilities. We also look into monitoring mismatches, because as we were speaking earlier, sometimes there are conditions in which there are jobs that may not match the specific individuals, and there are graduates who have degrees, but there are issues in which they may not be able to land into jobs. So we have specific interventions where we're even going down to schools right now, secondary schools, to speak to students, to share with them what are the current labor market trends. Because I believe you and I, when we went to school, all we knew was doctors, lawyers and teachers. But there's so much happening in the labor market, emerging trends, emerging occupations that our secondary school students need to be exposed to. So we actually go down to schools. And last but not least, we also have the satellite centers, in which we look to providing access not just to those in the city, but in rural areas, and to how we can bring My Future Jobs to them for us to assist them. So basically my role is looking to all these implementation,
Right.
the operationalizations of what I just mentioned earlier. Yeah.
Wow, it's great because it seems like it's a holistic approach where you not only address the needs of people who are looking for jobs, but also employers who are looking to employ people at the same time, ex-convicts. So it's the 360-degree approach
That's right.
for anyone who needs a job, and at the same time, make sure they get the right job.
That's right.
So what are let's talk statistics now, ma'am. What are the current numbers of job opportunities that are available in the market versus the number of potential candidates that are available to hold on to these jobs?
Yeah.
What are the numbers looking like?
Okay, so in My Future Jobs, on average, at any one time, you would find between 150 to 200,000 vacancies, active vacancies. So when I say active vacancy, it means employers are providing, they activate the vacancies for a minimum of 30 days in which allows job seekers to search based on their skills and competencies, and it will match against their profile, and that's an average of 200,000. We have about almost, I would say, 500,000 also in average of new job seekers on a year-to-year basis. At the moment, or this year, I can even share, up to date, we have 123,840 new job seekers just from January. So this is an average in which we have, and in total since our inception, we have 2.58 million job seekers. And on the placement, in terms of the success rate, we have 1.03 million placements that we have secured since we have started. So that's close to just above 40% in terms of the success rate. But this is something that we do on a year-to-year basis in terms of looking at how we can improve and increase the quality of jobs that's being provided through the portal. So I'd say that it's quite a high traffic in terms of job seekers that browse through the portal, and if you can see through the statistics, 500,000 on a year-to-year basis, quite standard. So that's something that's very interesting to see the consumer behavior and what are their needs and wants, and we evolve through our services.
So what is done by PERKESO to increase the number of job opportunities available in the sectors? Okay,
so what we do is that, of course, through the portal itself, there are plenty of jobs. If you can imagine 200,000 employment opportunities, sometimes job seekers can be overwhelmed with this, and even employers for that matter, because if you have a lot of job seekers actually applying for those jobs, to screen and these things can be a bit challenging for them. So what we do is that we assist employers by bringing out those vacancies, and on a day-to-day basis in all our offices in PERKESO and at our satellite centers, including the UTCs, we actually invite employers over to actually directly interview the candidates, So that helps not just them applying the portal. Of course, employers do reach out to the candidates through the portal, but this is add-on to, allow job seekers to meet the employers directly, face-to-face, that is, right? And on top of that, we are also looking at the career fairs that we have. Just as we speak today, we have the Green Jobs Fair that's happening in Avenue K right now.
Right.
We'll go back to that later, but we do have a larger base career fairs that we have quite on a regular basis in all our states, and a lot of engagement, collaborations with the industry partners, FMM, the manufacturing sector, all sectors in fact, in which we do meet up with employers to see what are their specific needs in terms of the manpower that they require, and help them out in terms of meeting the requirements, and then of course going down to the supply side to see which are the possible supply side that can be matched to those employers. So that's one of the things that we do, a lot of engagements, collaborations, and we also have, like I mentioned earlier, specific policy initiatives to stimulate job creation, because there are specific groups that need some attention, like I mentioned, the senior, the retirees, and ex-convicts, or persons with disabilities. These are vulnerable groups that can actually contribute to the economy, and they can contribute to the organization. It's mostly us going down to share the success stories, the abilities of these individuals, and also giving them an incentive as a reward for them to provide this kind of employment opportunity. So indirectly stimulating them to
So you incentivize the employers
as
well?
Yes, we do. Yes.
Wow.
We have a specific initiative this year under the budget 2024, in which we have incentives up to 1,500 ringgit for employers who hire persons with disabilities, retirees, and also ex-convicts. So these are the three target groups for this year for the incentives.
Okay. Now, Ms. Gayatri, going back to being a job seeker, sometimes That itself is a job by itself. Looking for a job, it's a full-time
Yes,
job.
it is.
And it's a waiting game. You apply for jobs and then you wait. So what is your advice from your perspective? You're at the helm of this organization, leading your department. What's your advice to job seekers out there while they're waiting for that ticket to start working?
Yeah. First thing I think is job seekers must be actively searching. Yeah, there are. Of course, there's My Future Jobs in which there are plenty of vacancies. There are also platforms there that that is available and that provides various types. Because I think job seekers must really identify what is it that they have in them.
Okay.
And what are the jobs that match. Quite often you would find job seekers wanting jobs that do not match with their competencies and skills. So through My Future Jobs, there are tools in which allows job seekers to identify specific gaps based on the jobs that they want to go for and what they have in them. So based on these gaps of competencies and skills that I mentioned, this is the time in which once it is identified, they can actually go for upskilling programs or reskilling programs to upskill on those areas in which by the time that the matches come, by the time they meet employers, they're already ready and, they'll be able to, satisfy the employers. And at the same time, experimenting or going for interviews, because that itself is a preparatory, aspect. Because if I go for the for an interview, I would know what the employer is actually looking for, and that would help me perform better in my subsequent interview. So that's also another thing that they should be doing apart from. There are a lot of free reskilling platforms. eLatih example, that's being made available by HRDF, and plenty other platforms that job seekers should be actively looking into.
Okay, great. So there we have it. We heard it from Ms. Gayatri Vadivel herself, the head of the Employment Services Department. While you're waiting for your next big job interview or waiting on a call from your potential employer, it is the opportunity for you to reskill yourself and fill up those gaps that you've been lacking on. We're going to jump in for a quick break, ma'am. When we come back, we shall resume with the discussion. I'm today speaking to Ms. Gayatri Vadivel. She's the head of the Employment Services Department of PERKESO, and we're speaking about the upcoming Labor Day celebrations right here on Trax Momentum. Welcome back. This is Face to Face on because they need an opportunity to work as well. Ms. Gayatri, welcome back to Face to Face. Now, looking ahead at Labor Day that's coming up, we know that this year's theme is titled Pekerja Kesuma Bangsa. So tell us more about that.
All right. So Pekerja Kesuma Bangsa is a theme that has been, it's the brainchild of the Honourable Minister himself, YB Encik Stephen Sim, in which there is a rebranding exercise since his coming into the ministry, in which he has suggested a 3K approach, in which looks at kebajikan, kemahiran, or keberhasilan. If I translate it, it would be welfare, skills and outcome driven for our employers, where these initiatives are specifically looking into improving the livelihood, the quality of life of our workers. So there are initiatives which are looking at providing higher wages for workers, better training opportunities, more competency driven, more professional kind of driven training programs, increased social protection and improvement on the governance framework as well. So part of the 3K that I mentioned would include more than 80 initiatives that will be provided through this rebranding exercise, and I believe there will be more. And I think so with that in mind, it's very apt because it's one of the government's aspirations to give birth to a human capital with great cultured values, competent to innovate, that will give and contribute to the country's future competitiveness and prosperity. So I think all in all, so Pekerja Kesuma Bangsa really looks into how we are evolving, the workers into becoming more innovative and being able to contribute more to the society as well.
So the 3 pillars of Pekerja Kesuma Bangsa is kebajikan, kemahiran and keberhasilan.
That's right.
The 3 Ks that we have to
Yes.
hold on to. Great. And tell us about some of the programs that are being prepared for the upcoming celebrations. How is it going on?
Okay, we are all excited.
Of
in
course.
The ministry, I think every agency under the Ministry of Human Resources is playing a huge role in making sure that the Labor Day celebration is going on well. So plenty of activities that's been lined up. Among that, there are some TikTok Workers' Day Poetry Challenge, 4 series Pocket Talk. There also Workers' Day run before the Labour's Day, occupational safety and health practitioners gathering, some forums, and also a Workers' Day exhibition. And most importantly for viewers or our listeners, the career fair, in which we're having in conjunction with Labour's Day, which will feature more than 100 employers providing over 10,000 employment opportunities for all categories of job seekers over there. And part of the fair will also include interactive activities. For instance, we've got a lot of giveaways, a lot of lucky draw prizes. We've got motorcycles to give away, so don't miss that. We've got, apart from that, 600 touch and go e-wallet vouchers that we're going to be providing for those first come first serve, so those who attends and the job fair will definitely be entitled to this e-wallet vouchers as well. And there are a lot of activities, Wheel of Fortune and so on, so it's really exciting. So I really urge all walks of job seekers, even for those who are looking at, maybe enhancing their careers for that matter, to come over to PICC on the 30th and 1st of May to look into whatever employment opportunities that you'll be able to look into. Yeah.
Wow. I'll be very lucky if I came and I landed myself a job and I won myself a motorcycle, so then I can ride a bike to work.
Yep, quite often if you see at the past career fairs, quite often we really hear nice stories where they come from far. The last one we had in IDC Shalam.
Yeah.
The individual came from Johor and, he got a job and the motorcycle.
Wow.
So, 2 in 1.
Good on him.
We are looking for a lot of success stories like that as well at PICC.
Okay. Yeah. Now let's get into the details of the program, ma'am. You mentioned about the My Future Jobs Green Job Fair. Yeah. Tell us about that, and with what expectations should one come for this event?
Okay, so for the Green Jobs Fair, this is being held in conjunction with the commitment of Ministry looking into emerging trends. So if you know, a lot of the sunrise occupations are predominantly green jobs from the green job sectors. And this is a collaboration that we're having with MGTC, which is the Malaysian Green Technology Climate Change Corporation, and in conjunction with the ASEAN Green Job Forum that's being held.
If I may just backtrack, but you mentioned sunrise jobs.
Yes.
So what are these?
These are all emerging jobs in the market.
I see.
Yes.
Emerging jobs in the market.
So
Right.
most of them, I would say a high percentage of them do come from the green jobs. So when we talk about green jobs, these are green jobs that are looking into the restoration, those who are very apt to the climate condition,
Right.
those kind of practices. So this is jobs that it's looking into like renewable energy.
In the ESG space.
In the ESG space, right. And energy efficiency and so on. So basically jobs that are within those areas. So in conjunction in celebrating green jobs as an emerging trend, we are providing we are having this job fair which is taking place right now as we speak at Avenue K, happening from 9 to 5 today, tomorrow. So I really hope, and also Saturday, I really hope that all job seekers that are looking into playing a part in renewable energy or waste management, energy conservation, or anything in the green industry to come and seek opportunities at Avenue K.
Wow. Okay, so just to recap again, in Avenue K right now, that's, as you mentioned, the Green Job Fair.
That's right.
And it is from 9 to 5 p.m. It's happening today, the day after
25th
tomorrow.
to the 27th.
Okay, okay. Right. Be there or be square if you're looking for a job.
There are over 6,290 jobs that's being offered there.
Wow. Great, great. Let's jump in for another quick break, ma'am. When we come back, we shall resume with our discussion. Today on Face to Face, Anil on the mic is face to face with Ms. Gayatri Vadivel. She's the head of the Employment Services Department of PERKESO, and we're speaking about the upcoming Labor Day 2024 celebrations. Keep it right here on Trax Momentum. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. This is Face to Face on Trax Momentum. My name is Anil on the mic. And today in the studios, we're speaking to Ms. Gayatri Vadivel, the head of the Employment Services Department of PERKESO. And she's been speaking to us about the upcoming Labor Day celebrations, highlighting the theme for this year, which is Pekerja Kesuma Bangsa, with the important three pillars, which is kebajikan, welfare, kemahiran, skills, and keberhasilan, productivity, which is the three pillars that has been spearheaded by the minister himself. Ms. Gayatri, welcome back to Face to Face. Now, could you share with our listeners about the Kesuma Workers' Day Career Carnival 2024?
Sure, Anil. So, as in conjunction of Labour's Day, as I mentioned earlier, we're having a career fair apart from other activities. So, the career fair is specifically being held from the 30th of April and the 1st of May at the Putrajaya International Convention Centre. And this event involves, as I mentioned, 100 over employers that will be offering 10,869 jobs that's being organized in conjunction with this fair by the Ministry of Human Resources through PERKESO. And And this job fair will include jobs that's being provided from various skills levels, so from the lower skill, medium skills, and the higher skills as well. So really a range of variety of jobs. And in fact, I would say more than 60% of the jobs are being offered of salary that is more than 200. I mean, that's more than 2,000 ringgit worth of salary, and we even have salary that's being worth up to 20,000. Specific jobs like senior architects are also being provided. So we really have a range of jobs that's going to be being offered at this fair. Among companies that's going to be participating with us includes the EPF, Prasarana, Malaysian Aviation Group, AirAsia, Aon, RHB Bank. So we have industries from the logistics and transportation, IT, banking, finance, hospitality, food and beverage, manufacturing, construction, and other services. So really a range, if you can imagine, 10,000 jobs that's being offered from all these sectors and this different type of skill level. So it's really to celebrate our workers out there, future workers, to come forward to PICC from 9 to 5 on the 30th of April and the 1st of May at PICC. And it's interesting that we are also having this not just in PICC. Anil, as I mentioned, we've got 54 branches throughout Malaysia and PERKESO. So to celebrate future and also workers today who are needing employment opportunities, we are also having this interview being held at the same time in all our offices on the 30th of April. So job seekers, so not just in Klang Valley who can come over to Putrajaya, but if you can't come over to Putrajaya, you can go into any of our offices on the 30th of April and also take part in this interview as well. So for more information, you can go to www.myfuturejobs.gov.my/career fair, and this is the information that you will have on the variety of interviews that's going to be held on the 30th of April, and specifically in PICC on the 30th of April and the 1st of May.
Okay, so just to recap, the website is myfuturejobs.gov.my/career fair.
That's right.
For all the information that anyone would need for the upcoming job fairs, as well as the locations of the satellite offices, as you mentioned, ma'am. Yeah?
That's right.
Okay.
So just one thing,
Sure.
to remind our job seekers out there, to our listeners, to bring your resumes, share it with your family and friends, to whoever you never know, your neighbor may also be looking for an employment opportunity. So do share it out with them, and it will definitely benefit them.
I was reading through and sharing a article that I shared on radio about how you can actually increase your chances of getting something you want. So whether it's getting an investor for a business or landing your dream job. So when you approach someone and you tell them, look, hey, I'm a graduate of this so-and-so, so-and-so, and I'm looking for a job. Don't just finish it there. Add 4 magic words. So would you be able to employ me or someone you know who might be able to help me out? And apparently that has a 90% success rate.
Oh, really? Okay, that's something interesting that we should share with our job seekers.
Sure. Or someone you know. That's 4 magic words. So don't just stop there by asking someone, can you help me out? Do you have a job for me? No. Say, if you don't have a job for me or someone you know, and then that's when they start clicking, oh yeah, I think I know someone who can help you out. Give me a second. What are your hopes for this upcoming celebrations, man?
Yeah, we hope that, workers, employers and future workers who come forward, they take the time and identify what is it that they want. We're also having career counselors there who will be able to assist those who are not really sure on what they're really looking for. So really take time and it's happening from 9 to 5 the whole day. It's a holiday on the 1st of May especially. So do celebrate yourself by taking that step forward to come to the interview and trying to land yourself an employment opportunity or a career enhancement. But also apart from looking at whatever employment opportunities that we're providing, there are a lot of exhibitions, showcases that's happening. So that's this time that you want to know more about the Ministry of Human Resources, the products and services, the range of services that we offer, some exposure to social protection. PERKESO also is having its booth there, and the importance of contribution and the type of schemes that we have. So to really take this time to come and understand what the Ministry of Human Resources have is being served for all those who come. Yeah.
Of course. Miss Gayatri Vadivel, thank you so much for setting aside your time and being with us here today on Face to Face. Before I let you go, is there anything else you wish to add for our listeners?
I think most importantly is to stay in touch, to keep looking at My Future Jobs on what are the programs, a lot of things that are happening. So it's something that, it's not just for you, but for those who are in need. Don't forget, to share with them whatever information that we have. And that's it. I think that's what I would like to urge all job seekers once again, TRAXXfm listeners, to yourselves, to those who may need any specific employment opportunities, and bring them along and celebrate with us. There are a lot of activities there for you, so we hope to see you there.
And I'm compelled to say, keep doing the great work that you're doing over there in your organization.
It's a great team that we have.
Yes.
It's driven to help individuals out there.
Okay. You have a good day, ma'am.
Thank
Hope
you.
to see you again soon. Thank you.
Anil.
All right, and that is a wrap for today's edition of Face to Face. I just spoke to Ms. Gayatri Vadivel. She's the head of the Employment Services Department at PERKESO, and today she shared with us a lot of detailed insights on the upcoming initiatives lined up for job seekers, potential job seekers, people who are retrenched, people in the special needs category, ex-convicts and so on. There's something for everyone. Everyone who attends this career fair will never walk out empty-handed. There's something for everyone, and that's why people in this organization, in PERKESO, helmed by Ms. Gayatri, are doing everything they can so that people can have a job. That's what gives us hope in life, isn't it? If you missed out on this interview, worry not. You can catch the replay by visiting our official Facebook page, TRAXXfm Official, or visiting our official YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day. This one's Falling Into You by Celine Dion, and it is a special request by Ms. Gayatri herself. Falling Into You, Celine Dion. 50 minutes past 11, 10 minutes to the top of the hour. At 12 o'clock, I'll be crossing over to the RTM Radio News Center for the 12 o'clock news bulletin. And then after that, I'll be back with you for another brand new hour of Tracks Momentum. In the meantime, enjoy this one. Something About the Way You Look Tonight by Elton John. TRAXXfm.